welcome to the BiG Scuba Podcast. Thanks for downloading. Time to get on board and let's go diving. Mind those ropes.
Hi, I'm Emma, or also known as the Geordie Shores Diver on TikTok, and I'm here with Gemma and Ian on the BiG Scuba Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the BiG Scuba Podcast. My name is Ian. I am one of your co-hosts, and with me is...
Hello, my name is Gemma. Welcome to the BiG Scuba Podcast.
Yes. And right from the top, let me tell you, these episodes are all sponsored by the lovely people at Narked at 90. Gemma, why is that?
Well, their service is beyond technical, and they cater for lots of technical divers as well as recreational divers. So anything from sort of setup right through to dive computers, servicing rebreathers, and they're there for lots of advice as well, because they've got all this experience in the technical diving world, and they like solving problems.
Yeah. If this is your first time with us, thanks for giving us a go, and stick with us. We have in all our episodes we have a guest, and we have a guest for you coming up in this episode. Her name is Emma Millen. She's a TikToker, so come and join. She's a diver and a TikToker. Got lots of energy, lots of enthusiasm. So stick around to hear all about Emma. But we talk to divers, we talk to people who like being underwater, who've got a career in the water. Maybe it's their first time around. Maybe they've been diving for a long time. We spoke to astronauts, we spoke to artists, underwater photographers,
Magicians.
Yeah, who else?
We've also spoken to people that are connected to the watery world. So we've spoken to paddleboarders as well. So it's really, just getting that kind of connection to the water, whether it's on it, under it, by it.
On it, done it, like that sort of thing. But even the paddleboarders were divers, so at one stage, so they understand what it's like being underwater, which is what one of our first questions often is. What does it mean to you being underwater? And it's that means so many different things to so many different people.
Exactly, yeah. And this episode is number 229. So you've got 228 episodes to go back and listen to. Yeah. And they cover span over 5-6 years as well. Yeah. So yeah. And again, we've spoken to people that are well-known divers, they're TV presenters, but also right through to people that are just passionate about diving and either just starting their journey or, just want to tell their story.
Basically unsung heroes, some of them, because they're doing stuff like beach cleans, things like that as well, and you probably would never heard of them. They're not on telly, they're not doing that much on social media because they're just doing stuff because, cleaning up their area and their back garden, so to speak. So we reach out to lots of people, and we particularly always like to hear from divers who maybe you've got something different to share, maybe something that was like, wow, we never knew, so that'd be really good.
And people do reach out to us. Quite recently, we've had more and more people, and Emma being one of them. She made contact with us, told us her story, and we invited her onto the podcast. So if you know anyone or yourself listening, you'd like to tell your story, then drop us a line.
Yeah. So I've got a bit of man flu, hay fever, whatever. You hardly know. You're hardly telling anyone. I'm suffering in silence. So apologies for that come through in the show. Coming up in this episode, we are talking about the auto trail that we've just handed back. Sad, very sad. The auto trail Expedition 68 XL. Little shout out to GuzTech as well. That's coming up later in the year. SSI being at Raysbury. I've started my side mount journey, and we were diving at Spring Lake.
Yeah, a week ago. So that was really good. Yeah.
And a great white has been spotted in the Med. What about that?
Yeah.
I can't believe that's the first great white.
But reading it sounds like there were more, but obviously with fishing, there's lots of overfishing in the Mediterranean, as in all our seas. There's less food sources for all these big predator
But
animals.
there's going to be sharks in the Med anyway.
Yeah.
But that I would say that's not the first.
No.
For ages there's been seen.
Yeah, and you've got to remember how deep the Mediterranean Sea is in places. It's really deep. So, it's almost, again, unexplored or, so there could be all sorts there.
Yeah, I think there is. And wasn't you saying that, because they're putting this down to the temperature of the waters come up, but wasn't you saying that we're getting a lot more octopuses as well?
Yeah, so a species, the Mediterranean octopus, the double sucker octopus, we rarely...
No, that can't be its real name.
It is a double sucker. We rarely saw it in...
Double sucker?
Yeah,
does that mean there's a single sucker and a triple sucker?
Yeah, these are more beefy. So they originate the Mediterranean, and we have now got an influx on our south coast. So, I'm in the seafood industry, and I've never known us to sell so much octopus. And it's changing. Like, I think the fishermen that get it, they were doing lobsters, but now they're finding more octopus in their pots than lobster. So, yeah, time's changing.
Double sucker. There we go. We can all now say we've now learned something today.
Yeah, they're usually, a couple of kilos in weight and reasonably priced as well. So make a good dish.
We should move this on before we get to plates. Anyway, I noticed that there's the Norfolk motorhome show coming up for those who are motorhome equipped or thinking about getting one, and many divers do and have, and we see that quite often around the dive lakes or along the beaches, people in their
nice camper vans and motorhomes.
Yeah, different makes are out there, all self builds.
Yeah, and we saw Stratus Cass, a previous guest, he posted quite recently about he wanted to hear from people that use their van as their diving vehicle, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure whether he was just looking for a bit of feedback on what to go for or what. I'm not sure. I did send Stratus a quick message just to let him know. I was just looking at when this Norfolk Motorhome Camper Van show is.
July
the 17th to Sunday the 19th of July. So just before we go to
the Farne Islands. Yeah. So
also it's the weekend before Spring Lakes have got their
Snorkel Fest. Yeah, so shout out to Spring Lakes. They have a festival each year. It's just a day, and they have brands there, and they have the famous Andy Torbett skydiving
He's not famous, is he? Is he famous?
Well, yes, he's a bit of a stunt man, so he's going to skydive in and then go down diving. So he did that last year.
I heard he's going to be in line for the next James Bond. But just
you heard it here.
Keep it between yourselves.
Yeah, so just going back to motorhomes, we gave back our Auto Trail Expedition 68 XL. Yes, a couple of weeks ago, we took it back to Grimsby, to its home at
What do you think?
Trail. I loved it, and it was the perfect vehicle for adventuring, exploring, outdoor life, basically. So we used it for diving, paddleboarding, hiking, cycling, just a bit of wild camping. I worked remotely, my day job from it, and we used it as a podcast studio, editing.
Yeah.
So we, got a huge amount of variety out of it. It's got a massive garage with pull-out trays that take up to 50 kilos each. So bikes, dive gear, outdoor kit.
It surprised me actually, because I really liked the XL 620G
motorhome
that we had last year, and that was really comfortable and nice. But I think if I was going to go buy something with my own money, then I think I'd buy the XL.
Definitely
68 XL, because it just, I don't know, it's more I wouldn't say it's more of a unit. It's a unit. It's a build, isn't it? It's a van first. and I think you can feel that when you drive it.
It feels like a complete vehicle, whereas the motorhome, they've all got their merits, but this was quieter to drive.
Quieter on the road, definitely.
Yeah, less wind noise. I loved it. Its layout as well. It all flowed very well. It had a massive fixed bed. Definitely.
None of them are massive, are they, inside?
No.
So I think even with like 3 to 4 people in there, I think you still feel a little bit tight of space. But I think I think that would be the one I go for. And I think if you're going to go, and it was a big one, it was a big van, based on a Fiat.
6 meters long, wasn't it?
Yeah. And so it's probably the biggest one you can get under 3.5 tons. I was, you found this when you went to the campsite in Bungay, is that if you've got a transporter or something, and transporters are nice, they've got their place, but you ain't got that much room. And for me, if I was buying one, I'm going to get a big one. I want one. I've got plenty of room. I can get plenty of stuff in, and it's got permanent. I don't want to do work. If I'm away for a weekend, last thing I want to do is now, you're tired. Now I've got to set my bed
Put
up.
an awning up, and and I saw this yesterday. We've got this festival in Lowestoft, so there's lots of camper vans, and they're mostly all VWs up on the green. And I did my run, walked back by them, and yes, it's beautiful weather at the moment, so they've all got their doors open. But if it was raining, then these 2-3 people would all be crammed into this tiny little van. So I think camper van motorhoming with your budget, go for the biggest you can buy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it might mean you can't get into some car parks because some of the car parks have got bars over them. But I tell you what, I would much rather have the space and a little bit more room inside. And there's so many options now, with how you can spec these vans up. The one that we had didn't have a microwave. I'd have a microwave. I would never go camping somewhere. I'm not into all this park up in the field. It's not me at all. I like having a decent showers, shower block, and facilities and things like that. Having an electric hookup. Some people do, great. For me, no. So for me, I wouldn't bother even having the toilet in there. I'd take it out. To me as a waste of space because I'm never going to use it.
Yeah. And I think as time goes on, like we spoke to Scott at Auto Trail when we took it back, then they're now looking at putting maybe air fryers or induction hobs rather than gas, because it's all extra weight gas.
Hey, didn't we suggest that a couple of years ago?
We did, yes, yeah. And the other thing is solar panels have really come on leaps and bounds. So potentially you can have an inverter. As long as all the electrics and the cabling is man enough to take it, then you can, literally be off grid and you use your 3-pin sockets.
Can I recommend a good YouTube? So the Aussies, they know what they're talking about when it comes to going camping somewhere. There's a really good YouTube me and the kids watch sometimes, and it's 4x4 24/7. And they go off and they've got these great like trailers and stuff like that. And they are miles. I was watching one the other day, 700 miles away from civilization out in the outback, and they've got everything. But it's induction cooking. They've got solar panels, all this sort of stuff. And, totally self-sufficient. It is possible now, and, I think there's lots of options. And for diving, it's great because, those pull-out drawers made life so much easier. Put your tanks on, pull the drawers out and easy get to, load up from the side. Brilliant.
Yeah. And, you can put brackets in there to put your spokes of your bike on. And, it just saves hassle of crawling in a garage, doesn't it? It's just...
Yeah. And it's a big van. you know. So I know some people probably might worry them a bit, I guess. But you know, it was a comfortable drive.
Yeah, and reasonably economic mileage wise, wasn't it? I think we did 35 miles to the gallon, so not bad. What else? GuzTech we just mentioned a little while ago. That's 28th November. So put that into your diving diaries. I think we'll be going along. So it's a good opportunity to talk about all things tech.
Yeah, and diving.
Yeah, they do lunch, and you can have a meal afterwards as well. So good networking opportunity.
Definitely go this lunch.
Hmm?
Definitely go this lunch. Have lunch.
I think it's a pasty or something I saw on the website. So yeah, have a look at that, and tickets I think £40.
Like
pie and pasty.
Divers like pie.
Good carbohydrates.
Well, it is, isn't it? You need, especially winter time. You know, water's cold and stuff. What's better way to warm up than a pie?
A pie, yeah. So talking of diving, you have started your side mount journey.
I've started the side mount journey.
You're on a journey.
I'm on a journey. Yes, another one. Never too old to start a journey, eh? Yeah, really good. So got theory out of the way. It was a theory night. Thanks to Scott putting us up and instructor Matt. He he didn't get to use his whiteboard. He turned up with a massive, great big whiteboard. The whiteboard was nearly bigger than him, and but sadly he didn't get to use the whiteboard. We'll have to.
No diagrams drawn.
No,
bit of hangman. No.
I slipped up, so I should have actually asked a couple of times for him to draw a couple of diagrams on something. So maybe we'll have to think of something for him to draw on his whiteboard.
Yeah.
But it was good. You know, went through all the. You know, they sent me the PSAI, so I'm doing it with the Professional Professional Scuba Association International associate group dive
agency.
Sorry, agency. That's the word I'm looking for.
See, you're struggling there.
I know. Hay fever, man flu,
brain fog.
Give me a chance. Anyway, so I'm doing it with them, and they sent me the spiel to read through 70 pages. Read through it, and I thought, yeah, pretty straightforward. Be honest. You know, it's all pretty learnable stuff. And that was really good. And Matt took his time, very patient, I have to say. I had quite a lot of questions, as you do, and very much about really buoyancy and how to sling your tanks on, not sling your tanks on, how to hook your tanks on.
Yeah.
So you have the back plate and the harness. And then how the tanks position, how you use your air, so you'll swap tanks, stuff like that, and how you breathe and things like that.
And it's going to be very unique to every diver, their setup, is it?
It shouldn't be. No, not really, because the only thing that might change is that originally, perhaps I haven't thought all this through yet, but I'm thinking I'll have some regulators specific for side mount. I will have 2 tanks specifically for side mount, so I have 2 side mount tanks. And excuse.
Meanwhile, Ian is coughing and spluttering. Dear.
So I'll have 2 tanks specifically for side mount, and a harness, and everything is all set up for side mount diving. But those might be 2 12 litres steel tanks, potentially, which will be for more deeper stuff, and maybe training and things like that. We're going to spend a bit more time in the water. And what I might do is buy a couple of 7 litres
Yes.
or maybe just going into doing a short shore dive.
Yeah. Yeah. Because effectively you've got 14 litres of air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So rather than having to, so say Wayborn, for example, rather than taking two heavy 12 litres down to the beach, I could take 2 sevens and dive off 2 sevens. So it's just, making it easy, that's the whole point, isn't it? One of the things about side mount diving is that the benefit is if someone's got back injuries, knee injuries, stuff like that, it's a good way of getting them into the water without having all this weight on their back and having to carry all this weight into the water and stuff like that. So, although I'm fine, but I'm not the most flexible of people. It's why take 12 litres to do a very short dive. It's a bit overkill.
Well, it's good because this setup you can tweak, can't you, to your diving?
It's a good way of putting it. It's tweak. So I'm very new, very green to it. Looking forward to it. I'm glad the theory. They get me a paper with 50 questions on it. Well, 50 answers on, because with that agency, it's an open book. You can discuss it. Some of the questions, if there's anything you don't understand. And I got to 25, and I was expecting them to go to 50, and they went, "Oh no, you're done." I was like, "Oh, great!" So I passed. That was good.
Yeah. So what's the next stage?
Next stage is that I've got to do a bit of a fitting with Matt. So try some kit on, get them all fitted up, and then we can hopefully then get in the water. They're off to Malta, Jamie Gitz. So when they come back, we can hopefully jump in somewhere. Probably Stony. I think it's probably where we'll go, and jump in and go for
just get used to
a few dives. I've got to do a minimum of 75 minutes over 3 dives.
So you could do that in one go, potentially, or a couple of visits.
No, it's got to be over 3 dives. So that's minimum.
Yeah. Oh well, that's good. And then they sign you off, and then
hopefully, as long as I do enough to pass, I go. They hopefully feel that I'm safe enough to do it, because obviously they won't always be there to hold my hand, so to speak. So I wouldn't expect anyone to sign me off unless they feel I'm safe to.
Yeah. Well, we'll continue catching up about your journey on each episode, and look forward to.
Yeah, I definitely am. I think it's quite an exciting. I think it's good to freshen things up as well. On the 10th year of anniversary of diving, to learn something new and a new way for me to dive. Adds a little bit of.
Well, it perks it up again, doesn't it? It does. Just reinvigorates. Kind of, it's easy to get a bit stuck in a rut, and I think if you're ready to jump into something new, then do it. So
absolutely. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully that'll give me a bit more flexibility with like air and stuff like that, and makes you think more about your diving, and especially buoyancy. Buoyancy we work on all the time.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. So and then we actually got in the water. That was my first dive this year after getting signed off, and that was your second dive.
I think so. Yeah,
second. Yeah. So we went to see our friends at Divers Time Scoobs, and had a dive.
Busy lake as well.
Yes, we need to shout out to Rolls-Royce BiG Club.
We have a whole load of names. Hold on.
Yeah. So when we turned up at Spring Lakes, there were plenty of cars in the car park, and the Rolls-Royce BiG Club was celebrating their 50th anniversary. So they had a barbecue, and they were busy in the water diving.
Who knew Rolls-Royce had a BZAC club?
I know. Yeah, and they're based near
They must be
Derby.
the Rolls-Royce of BZAC clubs.
Maybe.
But they've never had that said to them before.
No. So Scoops was doing some tuition, wasn't he? Had a couple of people there doing some skills in the water. We did a couple of dives. So went for a little
Water temperature was 18 degrees.
Yeah. Visibility wasn't too bad. Seen it clearer, but obviously we've had a lot of rain.
Why wasn't the visibility too bad?
Pardon?
Why wasn't the visibility too bad?
I had a little bit of a fin session. And we went to Andy Torbett's rock. So there's a square bit of concrete with Andy Torbett's name on. Turned up and you're ready to take pictures, and then kind of got enveloped in all this sediment.
I literally just about to take this picture when Gemma turned up. And when Gemma turned up, this massive cloud of debris and you name it just followed her.
My only excuse
engulfed me and the rock, and that was it. It's goodbye picture.
Yeah, you could tell it was my first dive in a while. But
it got better, didn't it? It's the whole point of practice.
Yeah, the second dive was really good. Sorted, took some weight out. Yeah, we did. So yeah, it was good. So yeah, and I was really keen to get in the water, and I really enjoyed it as well. So it was nice. Yeah. That was a good place to get back in the water. Wasn't overly busy, no pressure, and yeah, it's a nice vibe there, isn't it?
If you haven't been there, get there. Give them a go. I can't, praise them enough. They're always friendly. They've got great facilities. So go there. And, there's plenty. You've got plenty of water there to do skills and things like that in. You can park right next to the water. As close as you can possibly be, to be honest with you.
Yes,
great places for kitting up. There's air fills on site. There's
great cafe. So the cafe
only a short. We walked down there, didn't it?
We did.
What, 6 minutes.
5 minutes. Yeah, and they do a great. From breakfast to jacket potatoes, and you can sit in or sit out on the terrace. Really nice. Facilities. There's showers, toilets, so if you want to have a shower after you've had your dive, you can freshen up, and there's even camping available there as well, so nice campsite with shower block as well. So again, if you're going off in your camper van, you can have a weekend diving.
That's well filled.
So
right, I've got some names.
Yeah, so I was just going to say, give Divers Time a follow. They're quite active on social media, and if you do fancy,
diary.
Yeah, and Snorkelfest, pop that in. You can take your dive kit, go for a dive on that day, and yeah, give them a call and book a day's diving with them.
Yeah, when's Snorkelfest?
25th of July.
It's the Saturday, isn't it? It's
yes, yeah.
Prior
to us going to the Farns. Yeah, so we've got busy July coming up.
Farns, yeah.
Yeah, right. Have you got these names then?
Right, names from the Rolls-Royce of BZAC clubs.
Yeah.
Right, Jamie Owski, Ashley. I'm reading people's writing here. Come on, Selinki. I'm not sure. Kirsty. Then Aaron Palmer from Art. These are now from Rolls-Royce BZAC. So Aaron Palmer, Aidan Palmer, Tamsin Palmer, Chris Palmer, lots of Palmers in this one. Jeff Robert, Andy Jarvis from
Bingham
BZAC.
Sub Aqua Club, yeah.
0378. Tess Kelly, Kylie Davies, Leela Barsku. I swear.
Do you want me to do some?
I don't know, some of these names are made up.
Claire Bowler, David Bowler, James Macro, Geordie Macro.
Where did you read that one?
Ekrim Burkham. Oh dear, we are butchering them.
It's not just me.
Hordley Evans, and again, he's and he's put. Thank you. And all these people, they popped their names down, but they also took a Narked at 90 slap strap. So the Rolls-Royce BZAC Club should have plenty of Narked at 90 slap straps on their masks.
I think you missed one. David Bow. There's Claire.
Yeah, I did.
David.
I did read those ones. Yeah. So,
did you? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So that was Rolls-Royce Derby.
If do write clearly. Otherwise, you're going to have a laugh of us trying to pronounce your names.
Yeah. So we will be diving again in the next, hopefully, few weeks. So look out for the flag. It'll be flying, and there's always a box with some Narked at 90 slap straps in.
Yeah, we need to get some more because we're running low of stock.
Yeah, I need to check if we've got any up here. So, but yeah, that was a good day. Good day's diving.
There's a lot of people out there with Narked at 90 slap straps now.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
It is good. Yeah.
Actually, we need to. Our previous guest, David Swain from Beyond One Bar at Leyston, he's quite keen to have some as well. So we need to drop some in to him.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I think we kind of covered everything, and I've kind of coughed my way through.
You've done very well.
So let's get our guest on.
Yes. So Emma Millen, she's known as the Geordie Shores diver on TikTok, and she is very young, very into her TikTok. So she records her dives, every dive she does, on her TikTok channel. And she does a little voiceover. It's quite entertaining. So, yeah, definitely give her a follow. But she was full of energy, and you'll hear in our interview, especially about UK diving and what's on our doorsteps.
Yeah, big advocate for UK diving.
Yeah, and we also talk about some other UK dive sites, Ellerton Lake in
which
Yorkshire.
We haven't heard of it till then.
No. So, yeah, we cover lots, and it's
as usual.
Full of energy. And she was a great guest. So this is episode 229, Emma Millen.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us on the BiG Scuba Podcast. We're going to dive right in and straight away ask you, what does being underwater mean to you? Emma.
Oh, you know what? I should be so prepared for this question, but I feel like I'm not. It means so many different things, and I think it does to everyone. But being underwater means it's that ultimate time where I am a busy person. I am young, so I'm always on social media. So it's one of them times where I can literally switch off from everything. No one can get in contact with me. No one can like someone. Well, they can go and like all me content out there, but they can't get in touch with me. I can't have my phone ringing, and it's just a time to sort of be with nature and see a lot of things that a lot of people wouldn't see, and that's why I think that we are very lucky to be scuba divers as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds cool. So how did you start with this underwater journey? Are you from a family of divers?
Absolutely not. My entire family can't swim. I learned to swim when I was young, and then it was just something that I always thought about. And this is going to sound really, really odd, but back when I was, I want to say 12, 13, it was when the Nintendo Wii came out. Do you remember the Nintendo Wiis?
I've got one now.
So do I. I love my Nintendo Wii.
They're great.
And
did you know you can get fishing rods for them?
No.
Yeah. Well, I watch. This is totally off subject. Talk amongst yourselves, everyone. The Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm.
Big Bang Theory. Big fan of that. And the other day I was watching it. I can't remember what episode. And there they are, sitting playing Wii with fishing rods.
Fabulous.
And me and my daughter sat there watching. They go, they got fishing rods.
So then you went and try and got some for yourself?
Not yet, but I'm going to.
You will.
I haven't tried it yet.
Are they big?
No, not that big. It's not actual, but it's got a lot of proper reel that turns, and then a piece that come off it that looks like a fishing rod.
You could do some damage to the television though if you really went for it.
A lot of people have damaged their TVs like that. especially like with the golf and the boxing and things like that.
Exactly. So anyway, I got this.
What were we talking about?
Yeah, I got this Nintendo Wii and bought a game because I like buying games, and it was a scuba diving game. It's one of the best games. If you've never played it, play it. It's called Endless Ocean. There's 2 of them, and I remember playing that and it's like swimming around, living on like a liverboard. Like I didn't know any of this really existed because it was in a made-up world. And I was like, this is so cool. And I just sort of learned about fish and learned about the ocean that way. And then, you know, life gets in the way. You go to school, you go to university. And then at one point, like I started doing sea dips. And I was like, I love the sea. I live right next to the sea. I'm going to do some sea dips. And then I fell in love with the sea a bit more in my local area, got a paddleboard, went on top of the sea. And I thought, how can I make this even more? Let's go underneath the sea. And I used to walk, if you're from the northeast, you'll know, but there's St. Mary's Island, which is in Whitley Bay, all the way to King Edward's Bay, which is in Tynemouth. And it's one of the loveliest walks you can ever do. And I used to walk along there all the time and go, God, I wish I knew what was underneath. Like, that's just one thing that I always thought. And then it was 2 years ago, I was like, right, I'm going to go and scuba dive and let's see what's underneath. And that's how I sort of got into it. But it was from a game 10 years ago, really.
Wow.
Yeah. So we visit the north. We go to the Farne Islands diving. So where is that south where you are?
Yes, a little bit further down.
Yeah. Because it's an amazing coastline that is just,
it's beautiful.
So
and it's
I'm just having a look on Google Maps where you are. So that's just south of Newcastle.
Yeah, just along, if you go Newcastle and keep going, if you're looking at the map, left, right, I don't know my left or right, just right at the coast, right where the Tyne is, and it's absolutely beautiful. And that's where I've done most of my diving since I qualified. Since I was like, that this is it. And I started up a TikTok channel called the Geordie Shores Diver, because Geordie Shores, YI, and I thought that's a nice little play on words. I got banned a few times and had to add the diver at the end. Loads of people, so many people will message me and be like, I never knew that was right on my doorstep. And I was like, yes, that's the point. Like, I didn't either until I decided to go out there and experience it. And, you know, I wouldn't need to go anywhere else because I love it so much.
This episode is brought to you by Narked at 90, the cutting-edge pioneers in the world of diving equipment. Meet the founders, John Routley and Brent Hudson, who have logged thousands of mixed gas dives over the past 3 decades. About 20 years ago, these experienced technical divers combined their passion for diving and engineering skills to create Narked at 90. Whether you're new to diving and ready to take it up a notch, have a fair amount of experience, or are considering a transition into technical diving, we highly recommend Narked at 90. They're ready to advise on the best equipment and setup for your personal and commercial needs. Narked at 90 also has extensive hands-on experience with shearwater and ratio dive computers, being the longest-serving UK service centre for these brands. They're ready to offer technical support, servicing, repairs and upgrades for all shearwater and ratio computers past and present. In addition to shearwater and ratio, Narked at 90 stocks and supports many other brands such as DiveSoft, JJCCR, Hollis, Revo and Kiss rebreathers. The diving community is always enthusiastic about Narked at 90, and it's easy to see why. Here are just a few reasons. Full head servicing for rebreathers from various manufacturers, bespoke cable assemblies, advice on specific fitting requirements, suggestions and guidance for home builds, computer laser cutting and engraving, CNC milling and turning, pressure testing to simulate 400-metre dives. We're thrilled to partner with Narked at 90, a company that has ignited so much passion for diving and has been incredibly supportive and innovative in producing and selling dive equipment. Visit narkedat90.com to see why they're a renowned name in diving. Stay updated on their insights and offers by following them on social media. Just search for Narked at 90 on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram and hit that follow button.
So are you a member of a dive club or BZAC? What we talk talking?
No, so I passed with just a little independent company called Scuba Life, shout out to them, and I have a group chat with all the people that I passed with, and we just got our own kit and say, you in tonight? Yep, let's go.
Nice. So shore diving?
Yes. So there's a big there's like a big rock structure, so we clamber down all the rocks with all the kit on. And it's not as glamorous as you think when you're coming back up with snot and everything hanging out of you.
Nice.
But it's better than go to the gym, is what I say. So shore diving, yes.
Was it a PADI or BZAC or
PADI?
PADI, yeah. So where are you now in your journey? Have you done your open, advanced, rescue?
Yes. So I did my open water. I did it in Ellerton Lake, which are probably loads of people know about that one. It was a muddy puddle.
Not heard of it.
No. You've not heard of that, Ellerton? It's we call it the muddy puddle because it's cold and horrible. I think it's down Yorkshire way. And I remember doing the first open water dive. I had a proper panic attack, cried at the top of the water, and I was like, I'm never doing this ever again. And it wasn't until I passed with a guy called Steve, and he was like, no, you are doing it again. And he got me into the water in Browns Bay and in Cullercoats, where we're talking about. But yes, I did that, and then I was like, right, let's get a few dives and get a bit more experience as they do instead of just jumping straight to the next course. And then I did my advanced open water last year and did that at Cape and Ray. So that's what everyone does.
Ellerton Park?
Yes.
Oh.
You go add that one to the list or don't, because it's horrible.
Well, you find talking to people, it's always like Stony Cove, Gildenberg, Raysbury, Cape and Ray, and then we're suddenly finding all these other little places. We had somebody contact us from Dudley Dolphins, which is just west of Birmingham, and they go to somewhere called Netherton Lake, and it's a reservoir.
Never heard of it.
No.
There's so many lakes out there that people dive in, but they kind of get lost, and it's like, oh, you don't know, and if you're not in that area, you just don't know. That looks quite a big lake, actually.
It's got like submerged like containers and vans and like the boats and all that sort of thing. It's like a mini Cape and Ray, I would say. Just colder and a bit muddier.
Yeah, but it's always one to put on the list. And I think
sturgeon.
Yes.
Yeah. It's good for people to know there are alternatives out there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're an advanced PADI diver then.
Yeah, and you know what? And this is like, I felt like a bit of a fraud coming on here because I know that you've talked to people that have so much like background, and I listened to some amazing stories that you have.
No,
don't give me this. Well, yeah, exactly. And I think it's a bit different because recently I've only ever dived in the North Sea, as I keep mentioning. And then this year I did my first liveaboard to the Red Sea. Well, that just blew my mind absolutely completely. But I was like, actually, no, there's still that love. Like people are like, oh, you'll never go back in the North Sea. After this, you'll never go back in the North Sea. And I was like, absolutely, I will. Because it's either that or nothing. And I'd rather that all day long.
Yeah. The Red Sea is nice. And there's some great stuff to see in the Red Sea. But in the UK, we've got so many wrecks, so much stuff to see. The wildlife's amazing. And it's literally right on your doorstep. Why would you not dive it?
Exactly. Just because it's a little bit cold and you need to look like the Michelin man.
Is it?
You know, no, it's not.
We've both. Will, have you done summer in a wetsuit?
I do winter in a wetsuit.
Well,
I'm hardcore.
We've all done the North Sea in wetsuits.
So what's your kind of setup then? What's your gear like?
Oh, it's not flash or anything, don't you worry. I think it was all picked up secondhand or on Vinted. And I dive in a 5mm wetsuit all year round because I'm hardcore.
So are you, when you say all year round, are you diving from what, all year round, even the winter?
No, I'll probably stop about October time because that's when it gets all churned up and it's not fun. Cold. Yeah.
Then you start when?
Well, normally we'll start April, but the sea has been absolutely rubbish this year, and we only got our first one in last week. So it's well gone into the season now, and we're still struggling and going, will we not? So we're sort of all chomping at the bit, ready to go in. But I mean, that when I went in the first one after the Red Sea, obviously the Red Sea is beautiful and clear and everything you can wish for. And then my first one back in the North Sea, it was probably 1 meter viz, and it was just, I really was like, oh, this is rubbish. But no, I seen some lobsters and I was a happy girl.
Yeah, and you've got so much wildlife up there to see underwater. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's one of the questions I always get on like my TikToks and stuff. Is like, well, what actually is down there? I mean, Colour Coats is one of the like worst polluted bits of sea around where we are, and they're always like, people are like, well, what do you see? Just trolleys and rubbish and poo, and I'm like, no, I actually don't see that. I see the nice things, and since diving, it's. Yes, we love going to St. Mary's Island and seeing the seals, and they come up to you and it's absolutely beautiful. Like it's out of this world sort of thing. But actually when you sit or just, bimble along and you see lobsters, you see tiny, tiny little nudibranchs that are like your camera can't even pick them up because it won't do it. You know what I mean? Like that's what I love, and just watching, and then you get to sort of know the wildlife. We always say that there's one lobster there, and he's like, oh, he's there for his picture every day. But I think you just get to know where people are and what they do, and it's nice to sort of feel a part of it, even though you're just a visitor.
Yeah. Been going up to the farms every year, every summer, apart from the COVID year, I think it was. And been going up there several years. Last year we had Kat, who's a marine biologist, I think, by trade, and we were talking about shrimps. And I went down with her on one of the last dives, and she pointed out where these shrimps were. Wow. I was like, and then all of a sudden you see one, you start seeing loads. And I can't wait to show my daughter Honey this summer the shrimps.
Oh, you see, and that's the thing. Blown away it's the little things. It's the little things that matter.
Yeah, you just need to slow down and look at the rock and see all the critters in the cracks, and we've seen like lobsters and all sorts.
Puffins in the water with us.
Yeah, we've had birds around us.
Wow. I have once seen, when I don't know what bird it is, that's really bad of me, but when they dive down and you see them, you just think, what on earth was that? You think it's a fishing rod or something.
Do that, and you get the kitty something, aren't they? Kitty something.
Because we've been in the water and it's just kind of like whizzed by, and you're thinking, what on earth was that? It's just like, definitely wasn't a fish.
Yeah, that was definitely not a fish. That shouldn't be here.
Yeah. So you've got quite a good seal population up there, or
seals. We have loads, about 200 and odd at St. Mary's Island, which is like protected. The back of it's like a nature reserve. And we go because there's a wreck round the back of the lighthouse, obviously. So we just go to go to the wreck. We don't plan to ever go and approach seals, but they like to approach you, as you know, and they're very inquisitive and want to nibble on your fins and all of that. And I think that's one thing that when people say to me, what's your favourite bit about diving? Like that little moment where it's an animal that could absolutely do horrible things to you. It really could, but it chooses to be there, and it chooses to sort of be friendly, in all honesty. And that's one thing, the Red Sea will never have that, Take that, Red Sea.
So what's the diving kind of community like in your local area? Is it quite buoyant, and you've got quite
what I didn't know when I started diving 2 years ago, and I was like, I don't know how it's about community. As soon as you pass your test and you're like, you don't have people to dive with you, then you're probably never going to dive again. And I was really lucky to be sort of taken under a wing by somebody who'd already done some dives and was like, no, you will come out with us. So, and then you get to learn all different names. I must say, in the Northeast, there is a lot of of men, a lot of men divers, and I'm very much always the young lass. But I sort of use that as my advantage. I'll flutter the eyelashes and say, "Can you carry this really heavy thing?" Because you've got to do that. But and that's one thing that I'd love when I every dive that I do, I'll post it on my TikTok and my Instagram and say like, "This is the dive. This is what I've seen." A little fact if I remember them, but it's a way that I learn and take it in as well. And it's sort of like the everyone has lovely dive books and dive logs. I don't have any of that. It's my TikTok is my dive log really. And loads of people are like,
keeping a proper log then?
I keep a log like on my phone, like on the Paddy app, just to keep them and know how many dives. But I think when people write down and have loads of stories and stuff, like mine are all visual, which is a nice thing. And everyone says like, "Oh, it's amazing to see like a young lass do this," and I'm like, I'm not special. You know what I mean? The dive crew, there's anyone can dive, but I think it's really important for me, especially in the Northeast, to say like, oh, be the person that goes, oh, I can do that as well, and get more like young lasses in the water with me. But we're still trying with that one.
Yeah. What do you think is the factor that keeps people away, especially of a younger age?
I think there's them myths, isn't there, that you have to go and do it in Bali or you have to go do it the Red Sea, and there's that thing of it's pointless diving here because what do you see? And that's one thing that I'm trying to prove with
where's that come from?
I don't know.
Divers, how do they know?
Well, because I think the where we dive or where we are in the Northeast, it's known to be a bit polluted and a bit nasty, like stuff like that. So it's just the questions that I always get asked by people at work or people that there's been more people that stop me, in a restaurant or something like, "You're the girl that goes diving, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." And they're like, ask the same questions. And I'm like, I'm happy to answer them because I'm happy to make people want to go in the sea. It's important.
Yeah. And I think it is a perception. I guess some people just dive to then get that holiday abroad, and diving in the UK is not even a consideration. They're literally just blue water diving or champagne diving, whatever you call it. I mean, we've sat on a table with people, haven't we, that they've never UK dived.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And they're keen divers.
They were more mature people than us, and they just
wouldn't have it. That's all they do, and it's fair enough. That's the whole point of the sport. And people pick and choose what they want to do, and I get that. But I personally think you're missing out so much, and I'm never telling them so as well, because it's like, why would you not? Especially even in the summer, put a wetsuit on and just jump in,
or even snorkel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people don't know it, as you said, Ian, like they don't know until they try it. And it blew my mind. So why can't it blow everybody else's as well?
Yeah. And I think the interaction with our marine life is much closer, isn't it? Like you're not going to get a seal nibble your fin in the Red Sea, are you?
Exactly.
You're going to see, beautiful shoals of fish. But
I do think that social media is a double-edged sword with our sport, and I think as much as there's so many people like D or my D in America and all these others that over the years have shown great diving, crystal clear waters and having fun and stuff like that, and that's not in the UK. It's not very often you see waters like that, and I think maybe that sometimes puts people off, and there should be more people sharing about the good stuff of diving in the UK, and it's not, there's people dive off Millen Head, and you got like down at 50 meters, and they've got like 20 meters visibility, crystal clear water.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even know that, unless I've seen it.
Yeah, they get amazing. And sometimes off Dover and off that coast, amazing. In fact, we dived a couple of years ago now.
Whereabouts?
On what's the word? On the coast there, Chisel Beach.
Yes, that was like being in a swimming pool.
It was like being in a swimming pool.
Fabulous.
So clear the water was. It was amazing.
Yeah,
you can send some of that up north.
But you say that, I can think of times in the farms, and it's been murky, and then next minute it clears on the same dive, and it's like, wow, you can see 10 meters easily, great visibility. And last year or the year before, it was I don't think Jem was in the water on this one. It was just me and Honey, and we were down at about 4 meters, going between these cracks and looking for seals and critters and stuff. And again, it was so clear. Didn't need a torch, nothing, and brilliant.
And it's when you have that sunlight on the seaweed and the kelp, and it's just kind of bouncing, and it is just magical, isn't it? And I think we've had a dive where we've just gone over like a kelp top, not very deep, when we were following John and his bait, and it was just like you're just like flying over the floor.
It's one of the most beautiful things that I also love to see is when that sun comes through and you're going through over kelp. We have a little wreck. It's nothing like the Red Sea. It's a tiny little wreck, and we go over the kelp forest, and there's nothing better than that is just moving. You see little tiny nudibranchs shining through, and the suns just have them little rays coming through. It's absolutely gorgeous, and that's like
scallop.
I've never seen a scallop.
Yes, they are one of the weirdest things. When you see them swim in the water, weird looking thing. There, you think, how is that even moving?
We went to Loch Long, didn't we? Up on the west coast of Scotland. We'd been told about it, and it's called the Piers, isn't it?
Twin Piers.
Yeah. And it was just, there were starfish.
All sorts of stuff, like mussels, all loads of different fish,
and then these scallops just kind of fluttering in the water.
Yeah, you're just like, how is that even doing that?
I've seen it when lobsters shift.
Really,
it's like it's madness how they're off. They are quick, boys. Is a lobster, and it's like they shouldn't be walking like that, or they shouldn't be swimming that way.
And
you know what I mean?
You get orcas up there, don't you?
Yes, there's been
from the farms, so they get orcas.
Recently we've had loads of people obviously trying to get to the coast to see the orcas. We have dolphins that are there, and sometimes when we're underneath we can hear them. I've never seen them. I've lived in the northeast for my entire life, and I am at the sea all the time, and I've never seen them, so I'm still on the lookout. But when I do, I'll get them, and they better be underwater with us, I'll tell you that. But yeah, we do get orcas a lot more recently now as well, which is it's, and everyone always says, oh, would you not be frightened? No, I'd be in. Get me in.
That's the thing with orcas, aren't they? Because like sharks are more like, they just keep away from you. They don't really want to know. They're like, you're one of them, but we don't want to. But orcas,
they're intelligent, aren't they?
They're a bit too much of a smart cookie, aren't they?
Yeah, more intelligent than we are, you know what I mean? If they wanted us, they could have us.
Yeah. That's the thing. I don't know with them. I have not dived with one, so I really wouldn't know how I feel with them, really.
And it's also a bit like the double sucker octopus at the moment, because there's like an influx of it because the water's warming up. So in Cornwall, they're just catching loads of it. And I've just recently seen like Deep Wreck Diver. He's suddenly posting like pictures of these really like chunky octopus on wrecks. And they're things we would have never have seen, years ago. But now it's going to be common. And you think when we start seeing octopus up in the Farne Islands or the northeast, we're really going to know the water's warming up.
Definitely. I think it's like that thing that I'd love to see it, and I'd want to see it, but then I also don't want it because it's bad for the sea. You know what I mean? Like you've got to have that in your head that they want to be here because they should be here, not because they've been pushed here or whatever.
Well, it's just environment, isn't it? And changing times. Yeah.
Octopus and squid.
Yeah, all tasty stuff.
Hey, none of that.
Moving on. So, where are you going to go to with your diving then? So, you taking any more certificates and things like that?
I'm not sure at the minute. I think I just love diving, and I just want to go and do it now. I've got like where I want to be. 30 meters is absolutely fine by me. Where I'm in Browns Bay,
it's a fair way down, isn't it?
No, we only get to like 9 meters on a high tide, which is fine. So that's fine. It's just more like if you go on holiday and you want to experience them other things. But at the minute, I'm really just happy diving and experiencing things. And I'm yet to even get 100 dives in. I'm hopefully going to get that in by the end of the year if the sea stays nice. But yeah, just dive. One day, I'd love to have that instructor in us to help, people that are my age get into diving. But that's like in years and years to come when I am an experienced diver.
Yeah. And have you done rescue?
No, none of that yet. Literally just
that's a really good course. Definitely rescue course. Do that. Have a word with the instructor about that.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
the course I enjoyed the most.
Really?
Really good course.
Yeah,
why was it
fun.
that one?
Because it kind of changes how you see diving, because you're responsible for other people, responsible for yourself. And I think it just kind of heightens a bit more awareness. But it's also a really active course to do. You're not just diving, you are participating in, helping and recovering people and searching for people. So it just became, it adds another dimension, I think, to how you perceive diving from your own point of view and another person, your buddy or people you're diving with.
Yeah. And so it's like self-sufficiency as well. Not to go, so you go diving on your own, but it also makes you, it's a good course to make you thinking about, bailouts and, what to do, take another mask and stuff like that. Basically just being self-sufficient. If you're self-sufficient in the water as a buddy, it's a really good place to be.
Yeah, it's nice for everyone. But then there's me just like, he's a lobster, he's a seal.
Nothing wrong with that.
Don't think anyone should be relying on me underwater, I tell you that.
Well, one day somebody could be.
Yeah, exactly. That would be nice.
So you film underwater. So what kind of camera setup? Have you got a GoPro or?
Again, like I have come from a media background in my job. I do a lot of camera stuff, radio work, that sort of thing. So everyone's like, oh, you must have a mint kit. And you see everybody with their big cameras with all the rigs on, and it takes so much weight and whatever. I just hoy myself with a little GoPro. And it's not even like the latest edition. It's like the 10 or whatever. I got it on Vinted for cheap because I'm tight. And I just go out with that. And it's just a shoot and hope. I've got loads of people that dive with, and they're very much cinematography and how the waves are and how the lighting is, and get that up close shot. That's absolutely perfect. But I think that's one thing that makes the stuff that I post a little bit different, is that it's me. It's very rough and ready. It's shoot and hope, and hopefully get something nice out of it, again, to show that you don't need the best equipment. Your eyes are just as good.
Hey, well, I think most of the GoPros now 4K.
They're fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so I just go down with that. I don't have a torch or anything. Well, I have a torch for myself, but I don't like shine it or anything. I just sort of get what I get and compile it into a video after my dive. And I see all my dive friends that post the amazing pictures, and I just pinch them and say that's the nice pictures. But when it comes to my my social media work, it's just the rough and ready version.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, but it's real, isn't it? And just go and see what adventure you can have underwater.
Exactly. And I don't want to be one of these people that are like, all right, the camera, and then you miss half the things that are going on around you. I mean, there was one dive that I did in Egypt where I seen a nice little moray eel down there, so off I'll go down and go and try and get as close as I can, because I was a bit scared of them at the start of the trip. And then the next thing I know, someone's punching us on the back, like, what is going on here? What's happening here? I turn around and there's just 30 dolphins above my head. And I was like, thank God this person absolutely beat me up to make sure that I've seen these, because that was like a once in a lifetime thing. But again, it's like, you don't want to miss all them things. And then I missed it, but I got there in the end.
It's done. So where did you go in the Red Sea?
We did the famous 5, which ended up being the famous 6. So it's like, all them, Thistlegorm, I'm trying to remember, the Salem Express, all them sort of things.
That's the same ones I've done.
Absolutely. And I didn't think when I was diving, I'm an animal person. I love animals. So I just wanted the wildlife and the coral and the colour.
Ras Mohammed?
Yes, did that. Yeah,
That's
beautiful.
amazing, isn't it? That's absolutely a bit like being in an aquarium, isn't it?
Literally, like you just can't, to a non-diver, you can't explain it. And like as I said, like all my family can't even swim, so they would never go in the sea. So when I show them it, they're like, God, this is like something you see on a David Attenborough program.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it is. And we're living it.
I remember going along, and I was down about 25 meters or somewhere like that, and in this beautiful clear waters, isn't it? Bright, sort of this real strong, dark, and bright blue, had all this fish around me, like loads, big shoals of always like goldfish and all these other things. And every time I moved my hand, they all turned one way, and then I moved my other hand the other way, and they were all flickering in the light. It was absolutely amazing.
And one thing that I really picked up from the Red Sea is when, like, when you do watch the David Attenborough programs and David Attenborough says, and this is this many feet long, and you think, it looks big. And then when it's next to you, you're like, God, this is big. Like, you don't realize the scale of things. Well, I don't anyway. So that was one thing that I was like, wow, like when you dive in and there's nothing underneath you, it's a bit like, oh my goodness. And then these massive tuna come next to you and you think, oh, I am really small in this world. Like, it's not that deep, Emma. But it's like, it's amazing, as you know.
I can't remember which one it was. We did a drift dive, and the sands were really white, and there's a famous wrasse, big green wrasse, and apparently he's been there for years. And we spoke to someone else who's seen that wrasse.
They can get big.
Is that Napoleon wrasse?
Yeah,
And he's huge, massive, great thing, and he only like lives on this like rock, and he's been there for years apparently.
I love it when like the divers have names for them. It's like them ones at the barge. Have you been? There's what are the moray eels? It's called like Salmon Samantha or something. I'll get it wrong, but it's just like the people that have known them and seen them and dived with them for 10+ years. You're like, wow, like
what did you think of the Thistlegorm?
Well, when I first went on it, the current was really strong. So we would just do it. The first dive was like the outer bit of it, and then the next one we were going in. And I was a bit scared because it was the first time that I've actually really had to like push and be like, oh, this is a bit too much for me now, Emma.
Right.
So I was a bit scared. And to be honest, when we were going to do the penetration of it, I was like, I don't think I'm going to do it. It like sort of put me off. But it was the next day. We'd stayed like overnight, and then it was the next day. I went, no, Emma, I've come here to dive. I will dive it. And when you go inside it, like you just can't believe the things that they're in there, like the welly boots that you see and the cars, and it's like, and even like the fish that just live there and they just think that's normal. You know what I mean? That was one of what like it is with everyone. It's one of the most, and we had it all to ourselves as well. Which
really,
was
you're lucky.
That was lucky.
I called the night dive on that because there was 8 dive boats on it that night. Wow. And I was getting kicked, fins in the face, torches in the face. It was bedlam. And you think that most dive boats probably had about 20, and everyone was in the water, and they were all on this wreck, and that was an absolute nightmare. And I was like, yeah, I'm kind of done. So the daytime they'd all gone. And we had it to ourselves then, and there was an octopus on the deck, on the foredeck, and that was amazing to sit and watch this octopus.
Wow!
Changing colours to match the actual colours of the wreck.
No way!
Yeah,
fabulous.
And that's another example where you don't need to sort of travel far. You can just sit and just float and watch.
Chat for hours. Yeah, that's amazing.
It's like your own TV program underwater.
It is. You just need David Attenborough in the ear, don't you?
Someone's going to do it. Someone's going to come up with an AI script that you can. That his voice will talk.
You heard it here first.
There we go.
Well, you've got the Meta glasses, haven't you? Say, I'm sure at some point they're going to be turned into masks. Yeah.
I've seen there's somebody that I follow on TikTok, and she live streams with like the full face mask. I can't remember what she called. I think she's in like Hawaii or somewhere, so it's always nice. And you think, wow, like to be able to go and live stream underwater, it's like another planet.
Steve Batchel's doing that as well at the moment.
Oh, I love him. Yeah. I love him.
It's not an easy feat, I tell you. That is because you kind of do need the hardware and to be up to the ball, put it that way.
Yeah, we have had full face masks with comms in, but it wasn't really successful.
Not as good
comms?
as what Steve had. Definitely not.
No. So like you could talk together.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It was, you know, like beat, and it is not the best, was it?
No, and we got, well, yeah. Just put it this way: it's they look really great.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. Sometimes I like to figure out what my dive buddy's trying to say and then absolutely interpret it really wrong, and that's half the fun, isn't it? Like, I don't want to know what they said. I want you to talk to me.
So have you got any aspirations to look at maybe changing your dive setup, go from a single tank to side mount or twin set? Or
don't be saying stuff like that to me. I ain't got a clue, man. No, I'm just very much an easygoing diver. Just go as the flow, and you know what, one day I'll have all matching colours and all, like, I'm one of them people. But at the minute it's all mix and match, and that'll do.
Fair enough.
Just get in.
So you can get in the water. That's all that matters. Yeah,
exactly.
That's it. Yeah.
So you're going to get your family to dive?
No, so that's another thing. As I said, like, nobody in my family can swim. My boyfriend hates the water. I've got a few friends that are like surfers, that sort of vibe, and they also are trying to do the transition. They like being on the water, but do they like being in the water? So I'm trying to be like, get it done. Just hurry up and get it done so I can have a bit of crack underwater.
Tell your boyfriend to get on with it and learn to dive.
He has to learn to swim first. I took him paddleboarding the other day. He was a nervous wreck.
Really?
With his life jacket on and wetsuit.
Well, at least he's got a life jacket.
Yeah, well, that was fine.
Get snorkeling over the paddleboard, lay on the paddleboard and stick your head in the water.
Baby steps. One day I'll have them all in.
So have you dived anywhere else around the UK?
Where else have I dived? So I've done the Muddy Puddle, as mentioned. Cape and Ray we go to quite a bit, which is it's a different dive, which is nice, where you don't have to wash your kit, after you come out, because it's not salty. But you do. And we do like St. Abbs, Eyemouth.
Oh, we've done there,
yeah, we've done St. Abbs.
But that we just do the shore dives. We don't really go on the boats. I remember it was like, I think it was like my third, fourth dive that I went and did St. Abbs, and it's one of the shore dives you can do like behind the pier, and that's all rocks and quite deep. Have you
been through the arch?
Yeah, the arch and that, the something cathedral or whatever it is. Yeah, and then there's Big Green Car or whatever that's called. But we did a one where literally just off the beach, and when you go in and you've got like what do you call it? Kelp either side of you, and you go through, and then it just sort of opened up into this like basin, and all you could see everywhere was just jellyfish. It was like one of these, like, literally floating. There must have been thousands of jellyfish there, and it was like, it was another world again. Like, I couldn't quite believe it. And we're going through, like, trying not to go through them, and then at that point you give them a little headbutt and volley them into your friends. But that was another one that I was like,
you won't be headbutting them jellyfish. They're the ones that sting you.
At your own risk.
Have you seen wolfish? Because there's wolfish there as well.
I've not seen them either.
Yeah, it's wolfish.
They're quite deep, aren't they? Like sort of 20 plus meters.
I think you've got to go around the corner. So when you come out the harbour, you've got to head towards the left. So head north and then up a little bit. But yeah, there's wolfish there.
I'll have to get them.
I think they're around about 20 meters, 20 to 25 meters.
Yeah, we really enjoyed the diving there. It was really good, wasn't it?
Really enjoyed the Cullen Skink as well.
Yeah, there's a nice cafe on that harbour.
There is a nice cafe on that. It's always busy when I go, and I can't get a sandwich.
Busy there.
Yeah, amazing cake, and the Cullen Skink was regular, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. The Farne Islands is definitely one that I'd love to do. Love to do that, because we do the boats and stuff around it, and see the history, and you see the seals and all that. But
if you
do look.
book up with sovereign because they'll look after you.
Sovereign, Serenity, yeah. They really look after you on the boat. The skippers we've had over
Andrew
the years have just been incredible, haven't they? They just know so much about the area, and they'll put you in where you're going to be safe. Work the tides. It's just incredible. Yeah,
fabulous. Definitely one on. I get loads of people that live around the northeast and like, oh, will you come and dive this place so I can see what it's like underwater? So I've got like a list of places to go, and just the sea needs to show up, and then I will.
Yeah.
And we should also mention Lundy as well. I mean, that's another great place to go.
No, never been there.
Other side of the country on the west coast, Ilfracombe.
Oh
yeah, that's another great place to go.
Swanage Pier, Chesil Cove. Yeah, they're all. Yeah, obviously it's a bit of a hike with getting there. You'd need to stay overnight, but we've done it on a weekend, haven't we? And it's been really just so different to see kind of a different coastline, because like we say, our coastlines are not all the same. Like the northeast is totally different to the south coast.
Absolutely. Where's your favorite UK dive? You've probably talked about this on the podcast before, but
I'd say Lundy or Swanage. Well, and Chesil, they're my top three. I don't know
there you go.
how to split them up. They're kind of been the real highlights. Yeah.
I think Farnes will always be my favorite, I think, because that's just where I've always been, and right from the early part of my diving career, always went to the Farnes. So I think for that reason, I've got a lot of happy memories from there, and built up a good relationship with the guys up there. And Lundy's good. I've enjoyed. We had some good times at Lundy, didn't we?
Yeah, Lundy diving. They always look after you.
So and Stony Cove, we've got a good relationship with them, and our good friends up at Divers Time as well. So Spring Lakes. So there's some really good places around. With UK is very lucky, I think, with what diving we've got on offer.
Yeah. And the Scottish locks, we've done Loch Long, haven't we? And again, we've done that twice, and like the first time was just an incredible experience. Just us two, no other divers. That was it. Just park the car on the side of the road,
free as well.
Yeah.
That's what I was at a couple of weekends ago. I was at, what's the deepest one, at the Wasdale?
Wastwater, you said to me last.
Yeah, honestly, when I went there, it was so clear. Like, I was like, I'm gutted I haven't got all my kit. And then I was paddleboarding around, and I seen all the divers start coming in, and I'm like trying to neb like what they're doing and stuff. And I was like, I didn't even think of diving in the lake.
I'd like to do that
especially
one.
that. Very, very clear when we were there. Fabulously clear.
Yeah, because that's the deepest lake, isn't it, in the UK, I think?
In England.
England, yeah.
Second in the UK after Loch Ness.
Yeah.
What I learned.
Yeah. And what a picturesque place to dive.
Fabulous. Absolutely beautiful. And again, just on our doorstep.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think this is what I know, it's, only a couple of hours or 3 hours to get to a European dive location, but equally, you can drive somewhere 3 hours and be, the other side of the country or on the south coast. So, it's so accessible.
Yeah.
It's fabulous. Fabulous. So there you go. If you're a fair weather diver, stop it.
Yeah, and we need to get more, girls in the water as well, because, like you said, at the beginning, we say the same when we go to dive sites. There is a big male dominance. I'm not saying there's, there are women there, but, it is male dominance.
Always, any group that I'm in, I'm always the youngest. I'm always one of two lasses, and I'm always, and I think maybe it's for me personally, but I always feel like, I'm not as qualified as them. I haven't got as many dives as them. They know, like, they're my superiors. Like, and you know what? I look up to them and I learn a lot from them. But also, I've got to have that thing in myself of like, oh, I've also got myself here, and I decided to do this. And actually, fair play, Emma, because a lot of people don't do what you do. So there's like that side of me. But as I said, like during my TikToks and stuff, I get so many young lasses messaging me being like, "Yo, you're an inspiration. I watch these videos with my kids," and I'm like, "I'm not an inspiration. Just go and do it, please. There needs to be more of us, you know."
But unfortunately, there's a lot of people in the UK, especially, you know, in the central parts, that they just don't get to see the sea, which is really sad, isn't it? You know, those kids don't get to see the sea or go in it, let alone go under it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's really hard to grasp that happens, but it does. And, you know, we've spoken to other guests like Sea Changers, and, you know, they contribute money to try and get people from, you know, central parts or people that just don't get the opportunity to go to the beach and see the beach. It's,
So where are you going on holiday? Have you got any diving holidays planned?
Well, as I said, I've just come back from Egypt, so we've booked again to do a different side of Egypt. I don't know what it is. I've just booked on and said I'll come. I don't know. It's wrecks again, but different wrecks. So we'll be doing that, and that's next September. And then everyone's telling me that you need to get to Malta. So I'm like, maybe I do need to get to Malta.
Yeah, flights are cheap as well.
Yeah, it seems like it's really popular with people, even on like Instagram. There's more and more Malta popping up. Yeah. So some good.
And you know what? Just go and see more of the UK. I know I bang on about the Northeast and Browns Bays and Mint and all this, but actually, going down to London and having a little trip, or going into a lake that I wouldn't normally do, you know, and just making sure that I get to see the rest of the difference that we have. Yeah, like you mentioned.
Yeah, and likewise, we need to try Browns Bay then.
Yeah, come on, all with me. It'll be fine. You'll be safe, I promise.
Is there much tidal movement then where you are? Because, you know, when we're at the farms, there is obviously, you know, quite a change in the low tide and the high tide.
Yeah, we have there's a little cut out in the rocks that we dive from, and it was like a Victorian pool. And they use that as the pools. So if the high tide's in, that pool's nice and full, so you can drop in and then peacefully go down and you're fine. And then when you come out and you find that the tide's come out and you've got to get clambered against rocks and do a few parkours, backflips to get out, it's a lot different. But the tide, we'll go in low tide, high tide, whatever. If it's 6 o'clock on a night time, we're in no matter what the tide is. But it is something that we have got the scars to prove it.
Bashed and bruised.
literally. And that's one thing, again, as like a young lass, I thought, I'm never going to be able to do what these men can do, because we're up and down big rocks, you know. Like I'm terrified that I'm just going to crack my head on the way diving. I think as long as I crack it on the way back when I've had me dive. But it's like that thing of being like, no, Emma, you can do this. They'll just help you, you know what I mean? And that's one thing that everyone is really carrying.
Good for you. You should do.
Yeah.
You can't let these things stop you. So
exactly. I'll just have to, body flipping. I'll be good.
It's all about attitude at the end of the day, and just being positive about it. No, very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, and will be interesting to, you know, follow the rest of your journey and your diving journey as well.
Yeah,
and, you know, it's going to be an inspiration to people that are watching you as well.
I'd hope so. That's the one thing that as I said, I keep saying that I just want people to fall in love with the sea as much as I have, and, you know, get them. If it says, oh, you know what, I'm going to try that try dive after all, I've done my job.
We dabbled with TikTok, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got a TikTok account. So why have you chosen TikTok rather than Instagram or Facebook? Is there any reason?
I think because it works better. Like TikTok, if people have a little bit of an interest, then they'll find more of you. And don't get me wrong, I get loads of fellow divers following us just because, but also I find that there's lots of just people from the Northeast that pick me up because it comes through on the algorithm, and that's how that works. And you don't have to, you know, necessarily follow people back and all that sort of thing. So TikTok's just really, really worked for me. I've had like TikToks with like 1 million views. And I think, you know, if one person transfers to going into the water, then I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, it just shows the power of social media is, you've just got to be on it to get...
So dabble more with TikTok and you don't know what, you know, dabble more. And as he said, like, you don't have, like, I follow so many people that are amazing with cinematography, videography, the pictures, and that doesn't have to put you off either. Like, if you've got a camera or a GoPro, hoy it underwater and just go and video what you see. And then, like, there's me, my Geordie tones, just talking over the top of it, like, oh, well, I've seen this, and then I've seen that, and then I've seen that. I don't have to be David Attenborough, you know what I mean? I just have to show you what I saw in my sort of view of things. So I think that's what people are liking.
I think it's quite amusing that you've called it Geordie Shores.
Well, if it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? So loads of people will search Geordie Shores expecting to see people being sick on the side of the A1, but actually they see some nice seals instead.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I'm sure that, you know, your account will grow and grow as the more you put on it. It's
fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Be the influencer side of TikTok, but that again, like, it's not, you know, it's not a glamorous sport, is it? You know, the way that you do come out of these dives sometimes, but it's important to see that because people just think you dive in, somebody picks you out and you look beautiful, and you don't. You're clambering over rocks, snot hanging out your nose, and that's just got to get on with it.
Yeah. Just need a hot cup of tea at the end of it, and all's good.
Someone to peel you out of your suit would be nice.
So you haven't thought about investing in a dry suit then?
I've had so many people be like, you're mad, you going in there with a wetsuit, and I'm like, yeah, I am, that's fine, it works for me at the minute. And people have said, oh, you should invest in a dry suit, and I'm like, maybe one day. If it's not broke, don't fix it again, you know.
True.
If you're comfortable.
Yeah. But I've loads of all these, and then that's when I get my bee in a bonnet, and all the men are like, well, I'm in me 8mm and I'm freezing and and I'm like, I'm hardcore, I'm in my 5, you know, rock and roll. I can hack it, you can't, all right, poor you.
Yeah, well, we dive in semi-dries in the summer, don't we?
Yeah. And I really enjoy our semi-dry suits. They're good.
Yeah. And sell it to me. Is it going to be? Is it better than a wetsuit?
I don't know about better. It's just different. You know,
different.
Just thicker, I suppose.
It's really weird that you can be like 10, 15, 20 meters down, and all of a sudden you feel like this little trickle go down your back. And I'm like, why am I getting wet? And I'm like, oh no, hold on a minute. I am wet.
Yeah.
It is a little bit weird, you know. But apart from that, they're comfortable, and O3 supplied them and they were great. So yeah, I think they're brilliant.
Yeah, definitely feel more free in the water with them than you would in a dry suit. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what people have said, that you feel like a turkey in a bag, and I'm like, well, I don't want to feel like a turkey in a bag. I like to be able to move.
I wouldn't say that.
You've got to get the right.
You still get wet, and you know, one of the first things I do when I jump in with mine is flood it.
Yeah.
So, you're semi-dry, not your dry suit.
Yeah. Don't be flooding that.
But you know, they're so comfortable, and you get a little bit of an extra layer as well. You know, why not?
Okay, I might be pushed. next year.
Yeah, you're still in contact with the water, so it just stops that wash through. That's all. So it just gives you a little bit more warmth.
Okay.
I've found that they are probably comfortable for me up to about 20 meters and about 10 degrees.
This is a semi-dry you're talking about, not dry suit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I prefer diving in the farms in my semi-dry than my dry suit. The only reason why I choose not to is because it's how it is in the weather conditions when we're on the boat. Because if you're outside and the wind is blowing, like last year when it was a prevailing really strong north wind, being on the boat in a wetsuit is like you know, not particularly the warmest, you know,
No.
when you're totally exposed. So that's the only reason why, because it's generally always about 12 to 13 degrees, and there's plenty warm enough, you know, in a wetsuit.
Yeah. Do you have a dry robe when you get out of the water to just take that chill off and cozy?
Yeah, I'm straight. As soon as it's kit off, it's literally kit off, and dry robe straight on, and then I'll have a chat after that. Yeah. Gotta stay
There's a
warm.
great wreck up there, and can't remember the name of it now. I should have looked it up.
Began with C, didn't it?
Yeah, at Corston or something like that. And there's a bit of a history up there, but it's a real nice wreck to do. And it's not all that deep. It's only about 10 meters. Right in this, near the castle. What's the name castle?
Lindisfarne.
Lindisfarne.
Yeah, it's right near Bamborough Castle.
Yeah, and it's on a sandy bottom rather than a rocky bottom.
Yeah.
So
that's a real nice wreck to do.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's all tide dependent, weather dependent, which dive location they put you in, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's good. Leave it up to the elements.
Absolutely.
Leave it up to the skipper. Yeah,
exactly.
So what gets you out of your comfort zone then?
Oh, probably stuff like this, to be honest. I like to be on the other side of a conversation. I'm a radio presenter as well, so I like to be the one asking the question. So this is really out my comfort zone, especially talking about. I mean, it's something that I obviously am very passionate about, diving. But it's like, I feel like a fraud, but I'm not. I'm a diver. So that's what gets me out my comfort zone. Hoy me out of an airplane, get me 30 meters down, I'm absolutely fine. But talking, whoo.
That's funny. Yeah. So one of our other questions, if you could take 3 people into that underwater world that you're so passionate about, who would you take and why?
Right. I feel like you'll get this one all the time. I'd like to have David Attenborough in my ears. So maybe that comms thing, that would be lovely, just for him to say actually what we're seeing. Or Mr. Steve as well. I'd like to get my mum in there, because it's somebody that is terrified of water, and I show her the videos and she's like, oh, that's amazing. And I'm like, no, you would love this. And another person, I don't know. I can't answer. My boyfriend as well, because he's useless too.
You've got to work on converting him.
Yeah, I've got to work on that. He's more likely than my mother, I tell you that.
Well, it's something to do together as well. That's the main thing.
Yeah. And I see when we go diving in Egypt, there's loads of couples that dive together, and I'm like, that's really the dream, and I'm really not it. And I've got Steve, who's like 50-year-old like me dad. But I love him. Shut up.
Well, it's all about the dive buddies. There we go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Come. Oh yeah.
Next question. Yeah. So our next question is, if you could have a billboard that you can put out to the whole world with a message that you'd really like to get out there, what would you put on your billboard? And it could be a picture, a statement, a video, some of your footage even, or a TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, that would be lovely. I think if I was to have one, I have a TikTok that's on my account that says like, be the reason that somebody says I can do this too. So I think that with all my footage of the North Sea as well in the background, of being like, oh yeah, I can do that too, and I'd like to put that on the billboard. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, very good. Yeah. So the other question I was going to ask, for people that are thinking about diving or very new divers, what is a bit of a nugget piece of advice you'd give them?
I would say, like, again, that thing of like adventure can start literally on your doorstep. You don't have to travel however many miles to get the perfect shot or the perfect Instagram story or whatever that is. I live literally a 10-minute walk to the sea, and I plonk myself in that sea that I've grew up with my entire life, and it's on my doorstep. So adventure can start wherever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be perfect, in quotation marks.
Yeah. Yeah. No, very good. Yeah.
I hope that's been really inspirational and I've made somebody cry. Just go out and do stuff that you want to do. That's the message.
Yeah. Just do it. That's the main thing, because as people say, if you don't do it, you'll regret it.
Exactly. And don't think, oh, well, I'll be the only one, or I feel this way. 9 times out of 10 that we've all felt like that, you know what I mean? Me going diving, the first couple of dives, I was like, I shouldn't be with all these people, and there's nobody here like me. But just there'll be somebody else that's feeling like that. So just say.
Very good. Yeah. So if people want to follow you on your TikTok, what's your handle? And what's the easiest?
They can follow me. I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, but TikTok's the favorite. So go follow us on the TikTok, and I'm just the Geordie Shores diver. So you can follow all my dives. Every dive that I do, as I said, it's like a ritual. As soon as I get up, come back, rinse the kit, get in the shower, download the footage, and put something out there. I do every dive that I've ever been on. So yes, and hopefully more to come too.
That's really good, because that's like, your visual dive log, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's one thing that I love about it. And I always think, like, sometimes I watch them back just to have like that little moment again. In the winter when you're not diving and you're like, oh, that was so good.
Well, that's the beauty of social media and all the technology, the cameras that we've got, and even you can take your phone underwater in a case now, can't you? And I don't think that existed until just a few years ago, did it?
Yeah. I think probably 5-6 years ago. Probably?
Yeah. So it's a nice world that we live in, that you can see these things that you wouldn't actually see anywhere else. So it's nice to give back.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, well, you've been amazing and inspirational, and I'm sure you'll inspire people to look more at the UK diving scene.
I will. That's one thing it's one of them things. I've set up podcasts in the past. I've done this, that, and the other. But one thing that I've always followed through is the diving stuff. It's one thing that's just my passion. I love doing it, and it'll never end, hopefully.
Yeah. We've got all this time ahead, and you never know where it's going to take you.
Exactly.
You might be presenting underwater one day.
You never know. That's the next thing.
Well, it's been really great, and thank you for coming to us on the BiG Scuba Podcast, and being a great guest.
Thank you for having me. It's been lovely.
Thank you. Well, what about that? That was lovely, wasn't it?
Really good.
Really good to have Emma on, and thanks for her time and sharing her dive career. If you've been listening to this and you've got a story as well, you know what you got to do. You got to get in contact, raise your hand with the class, and say, "Hey, let me tell you about the diving I've done as well." So, because there's a big wide world out there, and maybe you've got, just an hour ago, we've learned about a new dive site in the UK that we hadn't heard of.
Yeah, exactly. And, don't be nervous about making contact, because there's nothing to be nervous about. And it's just really about telling your story and just having a conversation.
We don't bite.
No, we're not scared.
We don't bite. It's okay. Honestly, it'll be fine. It'll be okay.
And an hour absolutely whizzes by. It's just like,
as it just did. So, really good. Lots of chat about UK diving, which is always good. Really good hearing about, just getting in the water, going diving, and keeping it simple. This is what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's good not having, we said what were her future plans, but it is just diving. And, that's good, because a lot of people think they've got to go through all the courses and do this, that, and everything to get to a position. But that's not the case at all. You just do what you're comfortable doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And obviously there are courses out there, and Paddy's got courses for just about everything, as we know, and that's fine. Those courses are there to do, but the main thing is go and dive. Get in the water.
Have fun.
And I, do you know what? I think that's what sometimes it gets forgotten about, is actually the fun element, is that it's a hobby, And, if it's not fun, you got to kind of question it. Why isn't it fun? Maybe too much kit, maybe too much weight. If you're not doing tech diving, but you've got all these tanks and stuff like that, and it's, weighing you down, literally, do you need it?
Yeah,
Maybe go to one tank, have some fun,
Yeah.
And I remember actually somebody recently sharing on social media that they went from their rebreather to a single tank. They were training, and they came out and shared about how much fun they had on a single tank. It's like, well, yeah, have you forgotten about, finding the magic in every dive?
Yeah, it's
This is
almost
what
like,
happens.
yeah, we've said before, don't take any cameras down and just enjoy the dive. Don't
Go and enjoy
complicate
it.
things. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, and I think somebody like that kind of brings it all home to
Absolutely. No rush.
no,
Same as I've said to Honey about, doing her advanced. And she says to me, Dad, I'm happy where I am.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
fine. There's no rush.
yeah, yeah. And the diving journey is your journey and your making, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It is. So
I think, yeah, just getting in the water and enjoying it is the main thing with no expectations.
I was trying to think towards the end what the name of that wreck was, and I couldn't think what it was.
It began with C, I'm sure.
It did begin with C, and I can't think what it is.
Coniston?
No,
No.
That's where it's the one where they tried to run it aground, and
Yeah.
they found the captain, didn't they? The next day,
Did you try Googling it?
they tried, and he was buried. He's buried at the church on
Holy
Lindisfarne.
Island.
Yeah, Holy Island.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
what the
we'll
name.
find out what it is, and
But if you
then
listen to this and you're looking to do the farms, it is a good wreck to do if currents and winds and everything else is making it possible, obviously, because that's the deciding factor. Have a word with your captain. Always ask, but go with what the captain says.
do what the captain says. Yes.
Absolute. Well, he's the one. They know the area, so they'll say whether it's a possible thing. Plus, depends on what the rest of the boat wants to do as well, because some people don't like doing wrecks. They want to see the wildlife. So
Yeah. But we've also potentially on maybe another farms trip got another place to stop for a dive.
yeah, but I think so. I was looking at that up. It's not that far from Sea Houses, actually, where we stay. Ellerton Lake. So,
yeah, or a sea dive at Browns Bay.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, some possible options there.
Yeah. Well, and a dive with Emma, maybe.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well,
in the past, we've done Cape and Ray from farms.
And that was a couple of
When the
hours
barn
drive.
blown out, didn't we? Yeah, beautiful
Yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
And, great place to go diving.
But that's another option. So if we did get blown out, Ellerton Lake might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jules. Well, that was good on World Oceans Day as well.
I know. And yeah, somebody that is just completely ocean mad. So, yeah, really good. So yeah, definitely look up our previous podcast episodes. There's over 228 now. This is 229th episode. So all sorts of guests we've spoken to. We try and speak to people that are there just to inspire everything about the watery world, whether they're divers, their speciality is wildlife, wrecks. We've spoken to artists, astronauts, magicians underwater as well.
Yeah, we spoke to them all various people. That's why the search continues. We love people coming to us who have got a story to tell. Doesn't matter whether you've done 5 dives, whether all 50, 500, 5,000 dives. If you've been in the water, you've got a story to tell. But we do like if you're coming at us from a different angle. So maybe it's a type of diving that we've not heard of before or experienced something. So let us know, get in contact, and we'll get you on.
Yeah, and to get in contact with us, you can go to our website, follow us on our social media platforms, and just drop us a DM or drop us an email.
Yeah. So here it there, sponsored by the lovely people at narked.90.com. Go there.
Yeah. So yeah, keep an eye on our social media. There are different posts most days where we're promoting people like Narked at 90, our podcast guests, and then brands we work with like Circular and Co. And their amazing water bottles and reusable cups, and Waterhaul for their litter picking equipment and their sunglasses.
Yeah, they are. And there's always something happening, and we are sharing all the time on social media. And, yeah, that's all I say is make sure you're following us. And don't forget to leave us a 5-star review where you download our podcast, because it helps with the old algorithm business and all that malarkey.
Yeah, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, and I think you can do the same on Spotify as well.
Yeah. So there we have it. Thanks for Emma. Thanks to Gemma. Thanks to me. And you've been listening to the BiG Scuba Podcast. And this was
the BiG Scuba Podcast, and we look forward to catching up with you on the next one. Goodbye.